I'm gonna start off by saying this: the Eagles did not deserve to win this game, but I'm happy we pulled it off. It's a great day to be a Philly fan. I'm not mad walking in seeing that we beat the Rams after I think they've been a tough team the past 2 years, but after an abysmal start that we had, I think it didn't necessarily reconfirm what people were saying. Oh, we should have lost to the Rams. Like the snow, the rain, Jalen Hurts getting injured did play a huge part, but the Eagles forgot how to play football in the first half. And yes, Kevin Patilla, whatever his name is, Kevin, our offensive coordinator, is what's it called? Kevin Patula. He is his first year, but you can't. The Eagles have won games with this methodical approach of running the ball. If it's small ball basketball, it's a small ball football. Heavy run game, but you have options out there that you got to take advantage of. And I think it's gone past the idea of like let's not like we have weapons. They'll eat when they eat. No, let's start being on attack. Let's start being on the attack and getting the ball with these guys' hands. The pass can open up the run, right? And as well as the run open up the pass when you have guys like Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, two guys that are unguardable in this league. And if you're not utilizing them, you're just having them run routes and run gassers throughout the whole game. You're wasting money on them. You're wasting time in having them. Trade them, right? Teams start playing too high, but now teams this year are saying, look, let's stop the run. So that means the pass is going to be open. I mean, the first half, the play calling, consistently has been just awful and was awful. But I think being on the attack, right, and then of course knowing when to run the ball, knowing when to pass, not this methodical approach, but we won this game because we put the ball in the hands of Jalen Hurts, right? Jalen Hurts, make it happen, right? And we never really see Jalen Hurts be vocal on the sidelines, but he was. The defense was saving us. They had stop after stop after stop on our side of the field, limiting them to 4 field goals in the first half. Look at the Chiefs game, the same exact thing. The Eagles did the same exact thing in the Chiefs game, right? Our defense has been playing good, sound football throughout the season so far. And I'm a big shout out to JD. He's improved so much from the chase down block, chase down Matt Stafford on third down, the block, the sack. I'm not seeing teams as much double team him as much as they do JC. But for him to win these one-on-ones is going to be very important and very critical for us because if JC is getting double teamed, we need JD to win these one-on-one battles. The nucleus, if we keep these two guys, our defense can be, they play off each other, can be unstoppable. The field goal block, literally just the will of this team to continue to fight after fight and fight after fight after that first half is just amazing. I never thought the Eagles were out of it. I didn't see them give up. I mean, but when you have a passing attack like this, Emmanuel Forbes got cooked by AJ Brown a couple of years ago, right? So this is the matchup we want. And this is the Washington secondary they had a couple of years ago. With Cam Curl and Emmanuel Forbes. I mean, let's throw the Patty Cake Baker's man. Let's throw up the AJ. Let's throw the Devontae Smith. Let's do it every time. Like, I don't understand why we can't just bake these guys. And what happened, and we did, right? You got doubles, right? What is Hurts doing on doubles, right? Boom, hits got her at the seam. Like that's just football sense. And Jalen Hurts has it. You have to give him the opportunity. Devontae Smith with a Swiss Army knife all game, finding spots. AJ Brown winning one-on-one. Gary had one catch, but it was a big catch. Saquon I expect a little bit more of him out the backfield. And they ran the ball well on us. They ran the ball well on us. I mean, this receiving core wasn't bad. You got Puka Nacua, who got 15 targets, which is crazy work. You got Devontae Adams. Like you have a legit Tutu Atwell's been in the system for a while. Tyler Higbee. You have a well-established offense that this defense stopped consistently throughout the game. Hats off to them. They basically shut them out in the second half. Now, this is a big one because of this reason. Sean McVay was one of the main ones trying to stop the tush push. and he was grumbling about it. He was arguing about it. So he wanted this one. When they're up 26-7, oh, hey, we them boys, we him, blah, 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 this, that, hype on the sidelines. This one hurt. This one hurt McVay bad. And I want him to feel it. I want him to feel it to try to stop the tush-push of football play. I'm going to end with this, all right? Philadelphia has to build on this, continue to get better. Our schedule doesn't necessarily get easier, but the Buccaneers, we've lost them. I don't think we beat them in the past 3 years. We've consistently lost them. The Broncos have a tough team. Giants, Vikings, Giants should be a light schedule, but I like the idea of formulating our offense when we have these games, which that aren't these tough games when it comes to the schedule. I do think the Buccaneers and Broncos are tough, but beatable games, winnable games. It will be good from a psychological standpoint to beat the Buccaneers because we've lost them over the past couple of years. But we have to continue to figure out how to put this together. I think Kevin Patillo's going to be okay. Patillo's going to be okay. We have, he has to develop as a play caller. It takes time, and every year we get a new offensive coordinator. And even though the system may not change, the philosophy in play calling, like when to run, when to pass, what to play, like you can be a good play caller, and then you can be have a good system. Being a good play caller takes time, and that takes time from seeing what the defense are doing, understanding tendencies of the coaches, understanding tendencies of the players. You can't just go in and be a great play caller. So it takes time in this league to be a good play caller. That's why a lot of offensive coordinators that do well coaching, are O coordinators for some time period. Being a play caller takes time. So I think Kevin Patillo is going to be okay. The problem is he's walking into a situation where he has to produce now. He has to produce now because his team is ready to win now, right? There's a dynasty brewing in Philadelphia, right? There's momentum brewing in Philadelphia where he has to deliver. I think he'll be okay. I'm looking forward to the game against the Buccaneers. I think this would be a good test to see if we've truly gotten better year over year, because we've gotten smacked by the Bucs the past 3 years and it hasn't been pretty. So overall, good win. Our secondary still has some things to do, but I thought a lot of pass deflections against some good receivers. They were in the spots. I do want to mention Isaiah Rodgers. We did trade him away. Had a phenomenal game. Probably one of the best games I've seen. Don't know why we traded him away. Not sure why. He had one fumble for a touchdown, one interception for a touchdown, and a forced fumble. Maybe it was pay. I don't know. But I feel like we got to continue to build on this win. I think the coaches, Nick Sirianni, also hold himself accountable, so that's good to see. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Check Me. Let's start with this Giants Kansas City game, the late night Sunday night window on NBC. I'm going to start off by saying this. Russell Wilson should go into the office on Monday and request a trade. He has no business being there. It's not going to be good for him. The franchise is just destined to fail. So for him, it's best to say, hey, look, trade me to New Orleans or trade me to Cincinnati. Trade me somewhere where a team needs a quarterback ready to go that can compete, because New York is destined to fail. I say this, Daniel Jones, right? So Giants basic Giant. Okay, let's just check this out. Giants drafted Saquon Barkley. You trade Saquon Barkley because you didn't pay the man. You say Daniel Jones is a problem. You trade Daniel Jones, and he's 3-0 with the Colts right now. Then you get Russell Wilson, and the first thing you want to do is you draft Jackson Dart, and you want to start Dart over a proven quarterback. The coaches this franchise is destined to fail. It all starts with everything that happened with Brian, who was involved with the Brian Flores situation. It went downhill. Belichick's getting thumped at North Carolina. DeBall and Moore don't know what to do. They look like the mockery franchise of the Cowboys of the NFL, because they shafted Brian Flores. And now you go through seasons after season after season just being stubborn and not changing, and now your team is 0-3 with a quarterback, Jackson Dart, who I don't think is worth 2 cents. You bring him in, you get Russell Wilson out of a rhythm. You don't give Russell Wilson options to throw the ball. How do you expect Russell Wilson to fail? So if I'm Russell Wilson, for my pedigree in the league, for my credibility in the league, I say, you know what, I want to get out of there. Now, any coach will be able to see that DeBall is not a smart guy, right? He's not a wise guy. He's an idiot. And whatever offensive scheme or system they're running, it is not working. I've never seen so many times where a quarterback never had options or an outlet option on third or second or third down. The offense it's real remedial. It's predicated on downfield passing. Like you have no running game to back Russell Wilson out. It's basically, hey, Russell Wilson, let you cook. So if I'm Russell Wilson, the very first thing I'm doing is I'm going in the office on Monday. I'm saying I need to get out of here. Trade me to the Saints. Trade me to the Bengals. Right? Trade me somewhere. I'm trying to think who else. I mean, Atlanta has their guy, but he's dog dookie. Trade me somewhere where I can play me. Trade me to the Jets, right? Trade me somewhere where I can play immediately. Mainly because they're not going to be successful in this offense. Like he's not going to be successful in this offense. This offense isn't designed for Jackson Dart. This offense is designed for someone who can go in and make magic happen. That's not going to happen. These guys, like if I'm the owner, I say, hey, I got to cut ties. This offseason, they laughed and joked about Saquon Barkley and bringing it, drafting. You brought in crab legs, right? You drafted a quarterback in the first round, or whenever they drafted him, and then you have you trade for Russell Wilson. Like I'm just trying to figure out like what's the strategy here. Jackson Dart is not the answer. It's going to get worse. It's going to get really, really worse. I mean, the New York quarterback, like I want them to bench. I want them to bench Russell Wilson. Why? Because the next games they have are against the Chargers. Saints should be a good fight. The Dookie teams of the league. Eagles, Broncos, 49ers. It doesn't get easier. So you're gonna put Jackson Dart, and they're gonna want Russell Wilson back after you put Jackson Dart in there and see how he operates. I look at the depth chart of this New York Giants. I need to go last year because last year the New York Giants depth chart was awful. They had that one guy from New York. I forgot what his name was. Like you haven't had a quarterback since this is the best quarterback you had probably besides Russell Wilson, Eli Manning in your franchise, and you want to rule him out? Like you're not building anything around him. So the ball and the boys need to get out. The defense actually played fair against a pretty I'll say ruptured or new developing Chiefs team, but you're not going to win games if the offense can't put points on the board. But you have to at least give Russell Wilson options. The Giants fans don't know what they want. Don't know what they want.